بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. People ask how can we meet with Imam al Mahdi salamullah alayh, and it's very important to, it is about time to understand these things now. I'm gonna speak a little bit about a story that everyone knows, but I'm gonna show you what exactly happened, whatever we call behind the curtains, what's the physics of that, of meeting with Imam Mahdi salamullah alayh. We know the story that a person, it's like very popular story, but I want to show you different perspective and how exactly that happened, for you to know if we know Imam Mahdi or not. Because many people, they keep asking you, did you meet Imam Mahdi? Did you meet? Well, every one of you here, they met Imam Mahdi, but the problem is remembering that. I'll show you how. There's a person who kept asking Allah Azza wa Jal to let him know a person, like different person, so he can give him, for example, awrad, dhikr, to do many good things, many good deeds, for him to able to meet Imam Mahdi salamullah alayh. And after few period of time, he kept asking many people. At the very end, he found a good sheikh, and then he visited that sheikh. He said, can you please give me something for me able to meet Imam Mahdi salamullah alayh? And this sheikh, he said, okay, I will give you that word. And then after maybe 40 days or so on, maybe I don't know how many thousand times you have to say few things, for example, salawat ala Muhammad, or doing tasbih, or doing very big numbers, like maybe 10,000, 50,000 of each one. So that guy, he spent 40 days or maybe 40 weeks, he spent doing dhikr to meet Imam Mahdi salamullah alayh. And then in his dream, someone came to that guy, he said to the abid, he said, if you want to meet Imam Mahdi salamullah alayh today, you go to that place. You cannot proceed, you cannot go inside, but you will be able to see Imam Mahdi, and you will be able to see some scene there. It's going to happen. He said, okay, I accept. So that person, he went to the place, whatever place that he dreamed about. He stood there, and then he found the sheikh next to him. You know that sheikh, he gave him the awrad. He said, let's sit down here together and we'll see what's gonna happen. So what happened there, the guy, he had a store. There's a guy who had a store, and inside the store, he used to sell locks, like regular locks. It's maybe 4 years ago, before they used to open special, even here in the United States they have locksmith or something like that. So he used to sell locks. So an old woman came to that guy, to the guy who sell locks, and then she had a lock with her hand, and she said, oh my son, can you buy this lock from me? I'm a poor woman, I have kids I need to raise, and I really need 5 dinars today. And that person, he looked at the lock, and he said, if I wanna sell this one, someone can buy it, for 8 dinars. And now this woman, she really need the money. He's talking to himself. She really need the money. I'll be able to give her maybe 2 dinar, and she'll be fine with it. But I won't give her whatever she need the money to. It's important to give her 5 dinars. So at the very end, that guy, he decided. He said to that woman, he said, I will give you not just 5 dinar, I'll give you 8 dinars. But the woman refused. She said, no, I need just 5 dinars, because I know that you'll be able to sell it for 8. So that guy, he was basically giving her more what she deserved, more money what she deserved. Why? Because he wanna help her. He wanna be good to her. At the same time, there was a guy sitting with the person who was selling that lock, and obviously that guy who was Imam Mahdi salamullah alayh. He was witnessing whatever happened. Why? Because that person, he was helping people without saying, I'm helping you. When someone comes asks you $100 for $100 help, you will make him feel so bad that he's taking the $100 from you, right? You won't give it in a nice way. You won't give him more. You will make him feel that when you give him this $100, he will feel like he's taking your blood. Yeah, you make him jmili and men and all these things. So many people read the story like this, and this is exactly what happened. That guy, he saw Imam Mahdi witnessing whatever happened between the woman and the locksmith guy. They saw it, and many people, they start wishing this to happen for them, to see Imam Mahdi and to start changing themselves from inside. But what exactly happened from the story? And this was mentioned. I'm mentioning this one for the first time. What exactly happened here? Allah Azza wa Jal, He always in Suhuf al-A'mal, what we call it, we have every Monday and Nahar al-Khamis, Tanain al-Khamis, always Allah Azza wa Jal, He will send our Suhuf al-A'mal, whatever we do, our deeds, to who? To Imam Mahdi salamullah alayh. But in what form? Who knows? How all the A'mal goes there to Imam Mahdi? By emails? Text message? Huh? Yeah. This is what never mentioned before, except from some of the hadiths from Ahl Bayt, narrations. In this form, every one of us, you remember, when you sleep, do you see yourself, right? This self is existing in the anti-world, anti-matter. Is He reverse you in different place. That person, he will take all the deeds you did for those 2 or 3 days, and he will take them there. He will stand in a long line next to the big tent where Imam Mahdi is inside that tent. And then in that place there will be and people who are serving Imam Mahdi over there. And who knows who are those people? No, 300. No, those people are Al-Karubiyun. We mentioned them before. Al-Karubiyun, who are they exactly? Are type of people that lived with us or in different places, who served Ahlul Bayt very well, and then after they were martyred or died, Allah Azza wa Jal, He gave them the permission to serve Ahlul Bayt after even. For example, I'll give an example like Salman al-Farisi, Salman al-Muhammadi, or Abu Dharr al-Ghafari, or Ammar bin Yasir. Those people, when they died, immediately Allah Azza wa Jal took them as what? As Karubiyun. Okay? Still serving Ahlul Bayt even after their death. You see, inshallah, this is what we are looking for, each one of us. So Karubiyun will stand there next to the tent of Imam Mahdi, and every person he will carry whatever deeds he did, and then he will present it to that person, to the Karubi standing there. The Karubi will take it and will take it to Imam Mahdi to see it, and then he will bring it back to you. So if you did very good deeds, if you did, for example, you tried your best to change, and Imam Mahdi will see this every single week. He will see you twice. For sure you don't go inside the tent except if He permit you to do so. If He will see that you are changing toward the better. Why? Because He will propose things to you. He will say something to you. Many times you wake up in the morning, you have something new inside your head, something new changing inside you. For example, before you didn't pray, but when you start asking yourself, pushing yourself, you want to do it, and then suddenly it start happening. Why? Because you have the permission of Waliullah. The permission of Waliullah. How did you have this permission? From visiting that place. From visiting. If Imam Mahdi look at your Sahifat al-A'mal and he permit you to go inside to meet him, this is where you met him. When Imam Mahdi, inshallah, after his reappearance, people will start seeing him. Every one of you guys, you will say, oh, I know him. I've seen him before, but I don't know from where. Why do you think? Because you met him before. Many people, they ask this question. They say, okay, how did we see him and we didn't know him? So they'll start making stories. They say, Imam Mahdi, while you're shopping at Kroger, he'll pass by you, will say, Assalamu alaikum, and then we'll go. Or while whatever you're doing, you had flat tire, Imam Mahdi came changing for you and he left. They will start giving this stories. Might happen, I'm not sure. This might be real. But the reality is, every week we visit that place. But we don't remember it. Why? Because it's not important for you to remember now. He always wants you to seek that, to meet Imam Mahdi in a form of here. This is the most important part. Because when Imam Mahdi said, you do good deeds, I will visit you myself. Right? How we visit you? How we visit you himself? He visits you here with your conscious on, when you're unconscious, when you will be able to remember it. This is the most important part. But I'll give you what happened to that person when he was in locksmith. that person who did the awrad, it was seeing something between the reality, the conscious universe, the matter universe, and something happening between whatever happened in Monday or Thursday. How? When you give the Sahuf al-A'mal for Imam Mahdi, right? He will take it. He will take this Sahif al-A'mal. He will open it. He will see what good deed you did that. He will be witnessing this good deed. And that person, when he was looking at the store, he didn't, Imam Mahdi wasn't really physically there. He was looking at his a'mal while he was doing it. Basically, this story, it has a reflection on it. It doesn't have a reflection that you have to go now open a locksmith store and wait for an old lady to come to sell your lock, so you'll meet Imam Mahdi. It wasn't mentioned like this for you to do it. No, he's basically telling you, any good deed you make, I'll be witnessing it. I'll be witnessing that. So when Imam Mahdi look at this good deed, he open it, he start seeing that, he will be witnessing that live. You know, when we study the third dimension and the fourth dimension, we understand. A person who controls fourth dimension will be able to do that.
So it deals with like having the consciousness be in like different places of time. And
yes. Time. So how, for example, 7 billion persons standing in that line in one night, and he read all their a'mal, because he's controlling the fourth dimension. There's no time there. The time is like connected to each other. It's like a whole timeline. It's connected to each other, and it's immediately inside his brain. Immediately goes all this science. And then when there's a good deed there, he witnessed that. Why? Because if Allah Azza wa Jal, He want to accept your deed, it has to be what? It has to be stamped by Imam Mahdi. For example, Imam Mahdi, when he comes, when he tells you Salamu Alaikum, it's not like he is saying Salamu Alaikum. He's representing Allah Azza wa Jal to say Salamu Alaikum for you. An ambassador, like for example now, if you go to a country, you meet an ambassador. If ambassador say, I'm gonna help you, what does it mean? He's gonna help you with his family, or he's talking about his country? So when Imam Mahdi Salamullah alayhi, representing Allah Azza wa Jal, he's telling you, I'm witnessing that, I'm accepting this deed. This is mean Allah Azza wa Jal, He want him to accept that deed, right? So when this person, he was given the money for that lady, he was accepting that deed. So he was witnessing whatever he did with her. And that person was witnessing what happened between each other. So every one of you, when you do a good deed, make sure to make it the best. Why? Because there's someone who's witnessing this deed. And he's representing Allah Azza wa Jal in accepting that good deed. You got it now? So did you meet Imam Mahdi? In this form, everyone met him. But let's compete to meet him in real life, in a conscious life. Why? Because he will come to you now. That will be a big difference. Okay? Any question?
Just to go back, so like it deals with like the same kind of concept of like, you know, Yawm al-Qiyamah, we're watching this very.
Yes, exactly the same concept. Now we are in Yawm al-Qiyamah, we're watching whatever happening now. This is how Allah Azza wa Jalla is showing us whatever we did. We have a big lecture about that. I hope you watch it, so you understand more this concept. Yeah.
So when that guy did a good deed in the lock,
he did the good deed.
Yeah.
Physically, Imam Mahdi was not there with him, but that guy who was watching, he saw Imam Mahdi saw Imam Mahdi witnessing whatever this guy doing with this lady. So basically, Imam Mahdi was there after he did it. Why? Because he was reading his suhuf, his amal. So Imam Mahdi will be in every place that a person do a good deed that Allah Azza wa Jal wanna accept it.
So basically, the moral of the story is for that guy who's seen the scene.
Yeah.
Is that anytime he's doing a good deed, Imam Mahdi's watching.
Yeah. No, the moral story for that guy is you don't have to do many a'mal for you to meet Imam Mahdi. You don't have to do many a'mal. But a moral story for someone who wanna watch behind the curtain what happened is Imam Mahdi is watching every good deed you're making. And do it your best, because he's gonna be there when he read the Sahaf al-A'mal. Okay? بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. محمد وعلى آله